Hi everybody! So it's Vilna, Project Vilna Part 2 today, and this is the layout. Ta-da! And I'm going to take the layout, the composition of it. I'm going to change the colors and all that, but the basic I'm actually going to keep as much as possible here. So what I'm going to start with is the embellishment on the right side. And she used a circular embellishment brads and all that. I'm going to use completely different hearts, a heart veneer here, wood veneer heart, some resin and brads, and yeah. So here I'm going to use this as in a black one, on a black card. So I'm just going to make stripes on this heart to make it a bit more darker. And I'm also going to use a resin rose that I made from the Mod Podge resin mold, but I did paint it with nail polish once, but that red doesn't really fit with the red in the paper, so I'm going through my stash. I sort of like nail polish, if you can tell. Yeah, so I'm just going to take this rose and paint it with a really Christmassy red nail polish to make it more really red. The colors I'm going to use on this layout are black and white and red. Now, I don't usually go with red, like ever. Um, so that is sort of why I want to go with red, because when I think of red, I think about Christmas, but I really want to challenge myself, and I really like the result, but in that way, I also want to make really, really red. So in Vilna's layout, she has this a vellum with gold dots on it underneath her photo. Now I don't have vellum, or I don't really have anything like that. So I'm just going to take this sort of sheet you have when you're baking. That is sort of transparent, as you can see. You can see my mat underneath, and I want to make gold dots. Now, two problems with this is that it's very the color just like sort of floats on it because that is what it's meant to do. So this is a pen you use when you draw on china or glass. Uh, I didn't really like this. So what I'm going to use is use a Ranger acrylic paint in gold here. It has a dauber, but the dauber doesn't work, so creativity here. So I'm just going to take some paint and use the dauber. So this is not going to make it look like metallic gold like it does on her vellum piece, but it's going to make more texture when I use the sort of dried up dauber, and I really like it. Now I'm just going to let that dry. I'm going to pick my paper. And here I'm choosing some basic gray, but it doesn't really fit, and I really want that black and white. The other reason I want to go with red is because in this photo, for once, I have a red lipstick, and I really want that to pop. So I'm going to go with this, and it's from the Up and Away collection, maybe? I don't know, but I really, really love it. So I'm going to do like her. I'm going to take one part of the layout and have that, and then the tiny parts, the tiny like paper parts, the scrap parts, I'm going to cut here, and they are from My Mind's Eye Lost and Found Rose, and the one with hearts are from Prima Marketing All About Me. So I cut them about five by 5 centimeters, sort of, and they go from really dark black to black and white, to sort of black and white, and red and white, sort of those colors. Now, my camera, of course, cut off the part when I sort of assemble the whole layout, but I figured this is what's most interesting anyway, to see how it comes together. So I'm going to take all my little things here, some button, brad, more buttons, a little pearl, and the rose that has not dried, and I noticed that. Yep. um, so yeah, what she did, she had smaller pieces that she made, these scrap pieces. Um, yeah, but I like how it ended up, and it looks really good. Looks really clean, but still has some very cool interest. I don't think I would ever thought about doing this if I hadn't watched her video. So yeah, here I'm going to take some pop dots because the brad is making a bit too bulky underneath where the legs are. So I'm just going to take pop dots and I will lay it more flat. Yeah, I know how contradicting that sounds. So here is the my vellum piece, if you can call it that. I'm just going to dry it off a bit. It actually worked really good. The only thing is when assembling it, I tried different things, hard to glue and all that, but it doesn't stick because duh, it was made to not stick. So if you have a sewing machine, I would recommend you to sew it down. It would look amazing. I don't have one that works, so I just staple it on and then cut out a hole in the middle of it to put down my photo. Yeah, have to be creative. So yeah, here I just measuring because I want one part of like a layout. I want one strip of the little scrap pieces and then I can journal on one side. So here you see that, just putting down some ribbon here with my stapler, very tiny stapler. Yep. And then just twist it around so you can really see it's black and white ribbon. It was such a long time I worked with ribbon and I really liked how it ended up. So that is also very good. Well, it's sort of the point with doing this project to challenge myself, right? So here it is, Red Daimo, the title, and then just wrote in the far right hand and spread some red dots on it to bring that in. Really love it. I hope you liked it and more in depth on the blog. Thank you so much for watching.